Hello, Lieutenant Sam here, and this is your Sunday sermon preview for Sunday, February 19th, 2017. Well, this Sunday we're going to be continuing on in the book of James. James chapter 3 to be exact, a new chapter. But I think this is going to be a very familiar passage of scripture for many of us. This is the passage of scripture in the Bible that talks about the taming of the tongue. I'm sure that rings a few bells for you. You may not have known, but it's in James chapter 3, verses 1 through 12. And I have to be honest, when I was beginning to study this passage of scripture, I kind of felt like I wasn't going to have that much to talk about because we all kind of know that the tongue is important. But as I began to dig into this scripture and to really study what James is saying and who he's saying it to, I found that there's a lot of depth, and more than depth, there's a lot of importance in what James is saying to us about the taming of our tongues in chapter 3. It's so important because James makes it abundantly clear that out of our mouths comes the reflection of what is in our hearts, and that many people like to disguise themselves as teachers or as Christians or as believers, and they get away with it for a long time. They're very good at hiding what's on the inside, but eventually, what's on the inside comes out of our mouths. And so, while we might be doing things that look very good, and we might be very good at helping out and volunteering, eventually our words begin to betray who we are really inside. And so what that says to me is that we can use our words, what comes out of our mouths, to check ourselves, to see if we really are believing and following Christ and what he would have us do, or if we're just wanting to make sure that everyone thinks we're believing and following what Christ wants us to do. So I look forward to seeing you this Sunday at 10:45 a.m. as we delve into James chapter 3, verses 1 through 12. And we look at what James has to say, his warning to us about what our tongues can lead us into, and how we really need to be sure that we have a true, real faith, that we are mature in our faith. Because if we aren't, our tongues are going to be out of control, and we will hurt and damage those around us. So I look forward to seeing you this Sunday. And if you have time or you feel like you want to try something new, come to Sunday school. Sunday school assembly starts at 9:30. We have classes for every age that starts at 9:45, and we'd love you to be a part of that. I can't wait to see you. God bless.